kit stuff. We are getting towards the end of February, and I thought it was worth just saying hello to everyone, talking about what's coming up in March, some thank yous and bits and pieces. So last time I did one of these back in January, we were at 50 subscribers, and I felt like things were starting to motor a little bit, and I'll be honest, it had taken me a bit by surprise that I'd managed to get 50 subscribers. Nearly a month on, and I'm at 530 or something like that, and I'm still a little bit surprised that people want to watch what I'm doing, but a massive thank you to all of you that have subscribed. It's really nice to know that there are people out there that are interested in what I'm building, or my kit reviews, or whatever it is that you're getting something out of it, even if it's just some background noise while you're building a model. Really, really great. And I've had some really nice comments, and I appreciate all of them. I do try and read all the comments. I don't necessarily get to them all straight away. Yeah, 530 subscribers. So you know, if it stays at that forever, that's fine. That's more than I ever expected. So I'm quite flattered, and I'm not doing it for the subscribers. I'm just doing it for fun, and I'm really enjoying it, and it feels a little bit of lockdown time, and stops me spending my time browsing eBay and buying more model kits when I've got plenty to be getting on with anyway. So right, there we are. A couple of thank yous. Of those subscribers, there are a few that regularly comment, so I just wanted to particularly say thank you to you guys. Jeff Donahue, pretty much comment every time I make a video, and you've made some really nice comments, left some tips. I went to have a look at your video link that you sent me. It was really interesting, around that tank build that I did a first impressions video of. Dave Price, you've commented a few times, a fairly recent subscriber, and I appreciate what you've been saying, and I hope you've now caught up with the videos. Steve Jones, many thanks for your supportive comments. I will come back to Steve Jones in a minute. And Nick Brough, who's also commented fairly regularly on some of my videos. So I do appreciate the comments. It's nice to get people's views, and I really don't mind views that are conflicting or constructive in their criticism. I had one comment, and I forget who it was, and I couldn't find it when I was looking for it this morning, on my U9 build, when I showed you how to put a shim in on the deck, and he said that's all very logical, but you're pushing the deck backwards and it's not gonna line up. And I couldn't see what he was saying, but subsequently I now see the issue. So big thank you for that. So yeah, I'm grateful for all the comments that I get. Many thanks. There's a couple of channels that I've been watching recently that I think are worth sharing for those of you that might not have come across them. The first one is Steve Jones' modelling site. Now, he makes predominantly military vehicles, but he does some really nice stuff. They're quite inspiring builds. He's got a lot of content there to go and have a look. So if you've not come across his site before, Steve Jones' modelling site is definitely worth having a look at. If you like your military vehicles or making modifications, you know, he has some really nice videos there. And the other one is a site called Kim Anderson. He's got around about 1,000 or so subscribers at the moment. He seems to be picking up pace quite quickly, and right now he's building the Merit HMS Ark Royal in 1/350 scale. I think he's on video 5 of that build, and he films the whole thing. You see the whole thing. It's not, I'll do a bit and then cut back to it later and it's done. And equally, it's not an explanation of what he's doing. It's just him doing it. and it's really quite inspiring to watch, and he's doing a tremendous job of it. I have that kit in my stash, so I'm quite interested to watch how he's going about it, but I think he does the aircraft on the first one, so absolutely worth going to have a look at that. He's doing a real nice job of the build. He's got other modelling related content on there as well, so worth going and having a look at. Okay, so what have we been doing in February? Well, Arizona has been progressing. The Warspite we've kicked off because we completed the Airfix 1350 Type 45 destroyer, which was a nice but also challenging kit for its scale. So typically I will have, and I'm guessing you'll have picked up on this, I'll have 3 or 4 projects on at a time. Well, actually that's not quite right. I typically have 4 or 5 projects on the go at any one time, and the reason why I do that is partly because I can get a little bit bored of a project, so I like to be able to flip between them. It just keeps me inspired to keep moving on, and it's something I started doing to stop creating shelf queens. So I've got an attic full of part-started projects, and I do intend to go back to some of those. So maybe when we get to a bit closer to the summer, we'll start seeing some of those part builds come out, and I'll show you where we're up to and pick them up. So right now we've got the Arizona, we've got the Warspite, and we've got that lovely U9 DAS Work ship kit. And as I'm sure you all know, Nigel from Nigel's modelling bench is building it at the same time. So he started his build just after mine. He's already ahead of me, and he'll be finished before I do. And the reason is I don't tend to work on the project and keep going till it's done. I flip between them. So typically each weekend I will change my project, and I'll work on that project at the weekend and then through the week, and then change the next week. And sometimes I get a little bit, lose my mojo midweek and might swap midweek, but that's generally how things work. So what I'm doing is I'm building up videos over time. So when you see a video that I post, it will have been shot over a number of days, or maybe even a couple of weeks, and then stitched together to give you some content worth watching. So if you ask me some questions about particular builds, it might be a week or two before you get a response, and that's why basically. So right now I also have a 4th build on the go that I haven't been sharing on YouTube and don't intend to share on YouTube, just because I'm that far ahead in the build, and that's this here, which is the Airfix 124 scale Hellcat, which is it's a proper model builder's build, as in every single part of it needs a little bit of work. The fit is beautiful, the subject is beautiful, the detail is amazing, the surface detail is outstanding. By far the best kit Airfix have ever produced, in my opinion, or certainly of the ones I've ever built. But I'm nearly done with this. The engine's built, it just needs mounting on, the cowling's doing, the undercarriage doing, the other wing is done and just wants slotting into place because I'm going to have that folded up. So we're almost done with this, so I didn't really want to particularly share this on the channel, unlike some of my other builds that were part built at the start, and this was quite advanced. Okay, so what's coming up? Well, I hope during November that we will finish or nearly finish, November did I say? March? We will finish or nearly finish the U9. What I'm planning to do with that is paint it up, then we've got to put some rigging loops on, and build up the masts, and do some rigging, and then we're going to weather it. So it doesn't sound much, but it's more involved than we think. But so I have some photo etched eyes we're going to use for that, for the rigging. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to put the railings on or not. There is now an edge set available which has the railings, so if you're interested in building that, from having a look at the edge set, it's probably worth buying into that. I'm not going to at this stage. I always intended it to be an out-of-the-box type build, so hopefully we'll get that finished in the next few weeks, and when that finishes we will then pick up a new build, which will be this Edwards Lysander, which is 1/48 scale. It's a limited edition, came with some resin, came with some etch. I've subsequently bought more etch for it, so I've got all the aftermarket things you can possibly get for this. I also have this really nice book, the technical guide. It's aimed at model builders, and it has lots and lots of really nice pictures in it. And explains to you the differences between them all, lots of paint schemes, where you place your decals, different, every single detail you could possibly think of. Lots of colour photographs from walk rounds of those that are currently preserved in museums. So it's a lovely book. It's from it's part of the Airframe Detail series by Richard A. Franks, and it's a Valiant Wings publication. So I think 12 or 13 quid, something like that. So I'm going to be building that as a Special Operations Executive SOE version, so it'll be all black with red markings. Look really nice. So that's what's coming up when we complete the U9. I will also be starting a little in-between build. So whilst I'm building my ships and the paint's drying and bits and pieces, I like to have a little project that I can just hop onto and do a bit. Now, usually that's a small aircraft, a 172 fighter or bomber, something with a low part count that I just sort of knock out. What I will be doing is that, the Ford Model T Roadster. It's not a complex build. The painting's more complex because it's wood effect in lots of it. I won't be doing it in green. I'll be doing it in blue actually, and I have actually already started that. So there'll be some. The first video that will be coming out soon. The rest of the month will be dedicated to pushing forward with Warspite and Arizona. I am already planning the next build to replace the Arizona, and I'm going to put some thought behind what ship's going to come after Warspite. So predominantly I'm a shipbuilder, and predominantly you'll see ships coming out of here, and over the next few years I have enough 1-200 and 1-350 scale ships to keep me going for quite some time. And then other than that, we'll see quite a lot of aircraft and some other bits and pieces coming out over time. They have some really nice aircraft kits to get out. I have the 124 Typhoon car door as well, which we'll have a look at some point. I don't know when, but that's what's basically coming up. So yeah, I think it's been a bit of a whirlwind. It's been a very busy month. I'm enjoying it immensely. I'm very grateful for the support I've had. I'm really grateful for the shout outs that I've had from Nigel's modelling bench. He's a true gentleman, a scholar and a master modeller. I have a lot of respect for what he does. So you keep that going, Nigel, and I'll keep watching. Okay, so I think that's probably it. That's what's coming up. Everybody stay safe. Looks like we're slowly starting to come out of the woods of this pandemic. The weather's starting to pick up, so the horizon's looking brighter than it has done. So you guys all stay at your modelling benches, keep yourself away from everybody, and stay safe, and hope to see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Ciao. Bye.